motion to continue this agenda item to closed session, which isn't proper.
I agree. I agree. My recommendation is to have a potential litigation about the status of the litigation, an executive session, and put this on open agenda again for reconsideration. Just continue this item for consideration to the next meeting instead of voting up or down on this item.
So I'll withdraw my second if they're going to withdraw their motion. Then we can make the motion
That
proper.
would be my request. And then I will vote get the status report or have the attorney,
Chris Whitney.
Whatever the council wants, however they want. Obviously, I'm not aware of these issues, but I'll make myself aware.
Through the president, I would like to say that I did not articulate as well as you did, solicitor. But my intent was, and it's on camera, was to bring you into executive session to discuss this because of the legal ramifications. And that's why I made that motion. And thank you, solicitor, for articulating better than I could.
Does the council feel comfortable with, if you put an executive item on the agenda, potential litigation regarding these contracts, and this item continue to the next meeting, but give me the latitude to at least be able to represent to Mr. Whitney that we'll pay him to give us the status report if we overbill, at least that. But I don't know what that is. It's not going to be $10,000 to give you a status report.
I think it would be better to know what we're actually spending on
I
that.
think that they would give a status report. We've already paid them to work for us and our best.
It's just good to know where the money is and what we're spending it on. That's all. That's all my point was.
But you're going to need to know, in executive session, you're going to need to know what are the potential litigation.
And how long is he going to have to work on it to determine how much we will have to potentially pay him, or do we say it's potentially cheaper to go with another attorney at that point? I mean, that was all I was trying to get at. So I just think it's.
I just think you need both items on the agenda so that we can deal with the potential litigation items in executive session and the reasoning for the increased bill in open, as the president pointed out.
Thank you, solicitor. That's basically what I said.
That's
Can we
why
put
we're-
on executive session for that? Mr. President, can we put that on the executive session for next meeting, please? That's a motion.
What on the executive session? We need to be clear.
Discuss the litigation.
Oh, I'm
being
sure.
Worked out by Pierce Atwood LLP services.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Councilor.
Potential litigation.
Continue. So that's a motion by me.
And this item would be continued to the next meeting in open session.
So there's a motion to put on an executive session under the task force, potential litigation. Correct?
I'm going to defer to the solicitor. Mr. Iglesias, if you kind enough to word that properly so it makes our agenda.
Yeah.
Thank
I'll
you.
work on it between now and then. You want an executive session,
There you go.
we got this potential litigation. We'll look how we did it before, we'll make sure it's done correct, rather than try to fashion the language on this moment.
Right. So that's my motion, Mr. President.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. O'Shea and Mrs. O'Hara. Any other discussion? The question I have to the solicitor is, what do we do in the meantime? Everything is on hold?
I'm gonna have to talk to Mr. Whitney, unless, Mr. President, you wanna have the conversation with him together. I don't have, that's up to what, I don't know anything about what he's doing, other than what we talked about in August, when we originally came. I have to, I can report back, I can send you an email, send the vice president an email. You send the whole council an email, as long as you don't respond to it.
I'm just concerned of what happens tomorrow,
I mean, can he always call
or Wednesday, or Thursday, or Friday, or next week. What happens to all of these issues?
Well, what I'd like to do is have some latitude from the council to determine what needs to be done between now and next meeting, and be authorized to assure Mr. Whitley that at least for that period of time, we're not going to be fighting about his bill. I don't know what that will entail, but I need some latitude by this council to be able. I have no knowledge to understand how much will be needed between now and Friday or Monday.
So, out of concern, I'm not looking to hire a new attorney and have someone come in and start all over
And that
again.
wasn't my point.
No, but I think.
But I think that as long as we can talk to him and say, listen, until we get this before the council once again, if you can just keep track of billable hours, and that there's a certain limit that he can go to if we're already over the 10,000.
Here's my point. My point, ladies and gentlemen, is that the question is, should you increase it another 10,000? And that's a debatable point. We don't know whether you should or you shouldn't. Some say yes, some say no. I'm saying between now and the next meeting, let's find out, let's make sure I have the latitude to authorize him to be paid at least to get him to the next, to get us to the next meeting. It's not gonna be 10,000. It can't be 10,000 from now to next week. If it is, then I will tell him no.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
If it's
He
gonna be
needs to
10,000
continue
a week,
working.
then the answer will be no. If it's a couple $1,000, I'm gonna tell him yes, unless the council tells me. I have an obligation to defend the town. That's why I don't want you to say, stop the money completely. I understand you don't want to increase.
Well, I'm fine with that. I think if it's the work that needs to be done between, but to say just 10,000, I mean, if you say 10,000, he can say, yeah, I'm taking $10,000. There's nothing to stop him from that. So yeah, I'm fine making a motion to give you the latitude to have discussion with him.
And allow him to do what's necessary to get us to the next meeting.
Yes.
Yes.
Mr. President?
You know, we're making statements that are far-fetched, where the council authorized to hire him, his services, with a not to exceed $10,000. He submits a report every month with the hours that he worked. It's not like he's just grabbing the 10 grand. He submits the hours that he works. I verify him, and he's paid, because we track what he does. And my issue is, and you can sit there and say, oh my God, he could spend $10,000 is less than 30 hours of work. And the solicitor can tell you that 30 hours in a week is nothing in legal costs. And we have issues that need to be addressed in the next 2 weeks before we meet again. That's why I brought this before you. And I'm not saying it's going to cost $10,000. I'm just saying, if you put it in that perspective, it could. And the solicitor's asking, he's saying, what kind of latitude do I have? To be honest with you, when we put a $10,000 limit on it, I didn't really agree with it, but I know we needed to go forward with it, because you can't put a limit on what it takes to litigate something. If you put a limit on it, you're handcuffing yourself. And that's what we're doing right now. We're stopping the process. You're literally stopping this process, and the town is being harmed. I can tell you that right now, that no matter how much David talks to him, unless we continue his services, the town is being harmed.
Mr. President, you totally missed my point. My point was that I was not saying just handicap it at $10,000. My point was saying that we should be, with knowing how much litigation is coming down the pipeline, if it's $30,000, I agree. I'm not saying let's put the town at risk. I think it's more beneficial to say let's approve $30,000 instead of every 2 weeks coming up here saying we need another $10,000. Oh, he's going another 30 hours, we need another $10,000. I just wanted to see how much litigation was coming down the pipeline so we could determine how many billable hours are estimated and come up with a more reasonable number to approve. So my motion, as I said, my motion was to give the solicitor latitude to allow him to continue operating over the next 2 weeks, but it should be within a reasonable amount of billable hours. Someone needs to oversee his billable hours that are being done. If otherwise, that's all my point was.
Mr. President?
You don't go ahead, Mr.
Councilor, I'm sorry, but Councilor, you articulated what you needed to say.
Yep.
Mr. President, you said 3 days ago that you became aware of this 3 days ago. I'm not aware of it. I don't know if any other council members, but we can't have this meeting be an open meeting act violation. 3 days ago, you became aware of it. No bad reflection of it. This is when the information came out. I'm not comfortable with this. It's discussion by count vote or other action in regards to Pierce Atwood LLP services. I think I said it earlier. I'd like to have this in the executive session. Let me make a motion right now to empower or to tell the town solicitor to look into this for us on the best behalf of the town council and the citizens of North Smithfield. That's my motion.
Motion by Mrs. Lynch, is there a second?
There's currently 3 motions right now.
We had a motion? Okay, so what was it?
We have
How many motions do we have?
Mr. Zelinski motion to put into executive session the potential litigation, and that was seconded by Mrs. O'Hara and Mr. Rozier. And then Mr. Ogier made a motion to allow solicitor latitude to speak to the attorney, and now Mr. Zelinski just made another motion to empower solicitor to look into it.
So, Madam Clerk, thank you for being so efficient. Let me withdraw my motion. I'm going to make a new motion. The second will withdraw their motion.
I withdraw mine.
Is that Ms. Motion?
Yeah, I withdraw mine. But which motion are you have two motions, so which one are you talking about?
So the motion is going to be to empower the
So I think,
solicitor.
Mr. President, point of order, I think the first motion that should be voted on is the establishing the executive item, the executive order, right? Potential litigation.
Yes, thank you.
That's pending, there's been a second. I would recommend that you just vote on that, so that's done. That's secure the executive session.
We'll keep that first motion.
It's a motion to put the item into executive
Not,
session.
not this item in executive session.
I'm gonna ask,
Into executive session.
Madam Clerk, I'm gonna ask all those motions that were made to be withdrawn.
I'm okay with that.
And this goes back to what I started at the beginning where I made a motion to discuss. We don't make a motion to discuss. You make a motion for an action and then discussion takes place. And we're not following rules of order, and that's what's creating this confusion. So I'm gonna ask that all those motions that were made be withdrawn by the makers of the motion.
So as the maker of some of those motions, I withdraw them in plural.
I withdraw mine, but I will make a comment in the discussion that the reason that there's confusion because this agenda item did not say anything about increasing legal services.
Thank you. Thank you.
I personally had no idea what this was about, other than I knew that we had talked in August. And so, yes, I agree that this is not, I think, sufficient enough. How would anybody know that this was about legal, increasing the bill for legal? I mean, some of these other agenda items here are very detailed in terms of votes and everything, and then this one is just somewhat vague. So, yes, I withdraw mine, and I will let Mr. Zelinski make the motion if he wants to make the motion he was going to make.
And will seconds been withdrawn as
I
well?
withdraw my seconds.
All motions and
All motions that main maker has withdrawn, the second has withdrawn. Mrs. O'Hara, I think you will second. Did you withdraw? All right, so I'll make a new motion that we ask the town solicitor to speak to legal representation that's representing us now. And also, when that information comes back, to put on an executive session so we can discuss it, and because it's legal, we can do it in the back room. But we can do it instead of out front. Sometimes you have to do these things in the back room. Sorry for my animation, but I'm getting a little tired of this. That's a motion, Mr. President.
Motion by Mrs. Zelinski to authorize the solicitor to speak with legal counsel, Atwood LLP, to get a report in regards to pending litigation.
Perfect.
Second that motion.
Seconded by Mrs. O'Hara. Any other discussion? And just to be clear, the only services that Atwood LLP gives us is legal services. We should know that. We hired them. There should be no confusion.
Mr. President, you don't need to take that tone at me. And second of all, it's not about me. I know that. If you were listening to my comments, you would have heard me say that, yes, I know that we hired them for legal. How would anybody in the audience that maybe don't attend these meetings or listen to the videos and they wanted to come not know that? That was all my point was.
There's a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Mrs. Bartoli?
Yes.
Mrs. O'Hara?
Yes.
Mr. Ogier?
Yes.
Mr. Zelinski?
Yes.
Mr. Vadenais?
Yes.
Mr. President, can I make a motion for a 5-minute break? I need to get more water.
Motion for a recess.
Recess, 5 minutes, Mr. President, it's a motion.
5-minute recess. Don't need a motion. I make that.